everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Brittany, and in today's video I have an exciting one for you. I just got done watching Samantha March and Allie Glines. They just did a collaboration together again. They did the eyeshadow palette round 2 video, and I'm so excited because this time I have my own beauty channel and I wanted to do the tag as well. So if you like those types of videos, then please subscribe to my channel, go get a snack, get comfy, and let's hang out. So glad that they did this collaboration with one another, because the first one was, it was so successful for them. So many people watched it, including myself. Every time I saw someone do a tag with the eyeshadow palettes, I'd watch those. I'd watch all the videos. I watched Samantha March's playlist. I enjoyed it, and I adore Samantha so much. I started watching her. I think she had like 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, back way in the red bedroom. I would always watch all her videos. I still do. Her videos, Allie Glines had mentioned, like, it's kind of like you're just sitting down with your best friend, and I totally 100% agree with that. Samantha, she's such an amazing human. Like, I don't personally know her, but I feel like I know her through videos because I've watched her for so many years. And she's gone through so much, and I am so proud of her. She is in Las Vegas living her best life, and I'm cheering you on, girl. And Allie Glines, her voice is so soothing. So, like, I have kiddos, okay, and when my house is like hectic, dogs going crazy, kids playing, just everything's so hectic, I will just take some 10 minutes for me time, go watch Allie Glines' videos, and she just like soothes me down. Like, her calm voice, I absolutely love it. Not to mention, she is so talented. She's such a sweetheart. I adore both of them. Starting off with the first question, it is all-time favorite palette. And you know what, babe? I knew exactly what I was going to pick. This is the Glam palette by Natasha Denona. I have used this to death. I love how this palette, it can take you to a nighttime look. You can get a very pretty daytime look. This is just my go-to. If I'm in a rush, I need a palette to throw on my eyes, I'm going to reach for this every single time. I don't have to think about the looks. It just comes out beautiful. The second question is your new favorite palette, and mine has got to be, without a doubt, this Glam Face palette by Natasha Denona. I have used this so much, even though this is, one of my this is my newest one from her. I have really, dug into this blush. This highlighter is beautiful, but, we're here for the eyeshadows. So these are, they're nothing special. These are everyday colors, but this formula is impeccable. These shimmers, there's something about them. I've never seen this quality from her on her shimmers. They just make your eyes look wet. Every time I wear this, I get a compliment. I absolutely adore this palette from Natasha Denona. Next question is a palette that you keep for the memories. And I knew I was going to pick this palette. This is from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is the Modern Renaissance palette. This was my first high-end palette. I love it so much. I have hit pan in so many of these shadows, and I can still reach for this now and get a stunning look. The formula has held up after all these years, and it will always have a special place in my heart. So the next question is, what's an eyeshadow palette in your collection that is underrated? And in my opinion, this one is from ABH. This is the Primrose palette, and I was going to pass over this one as well, but I was on Ulta and I swatched this palette just, for fun, and the formula was amazing. I had to have it. These shimmers are beautiful. They reminded me so much of the shimmer formula in the Norvina palette. Now, these two over here are like marketed as like a blush and bronzer. Absolutely not. No way. At least not in my opinion. I use these as eyeshadows, but I'm telling you, this is a good one. I did not see too much on it on YouTube, but I am so glad that I got this palette. Next is not a favorite, but you still can't get rid of it, and I knew it was going to be this Tropic palette from Natasha Denona. This was my first palette from her, okay? And when I tried it, I was like, why does everyone rave about her eyeshadows? These are not good. The mattes are really good, but the shimmers in this palette are a dud for me. Almost all of them I have hard pan, but So like I was saying, this was my first palette from her, so it's really special to me. It's discontinued now. I'm in love with these matte formulas in here, but you know, at first I was like, why does every YouTuber rave about her formula? It's just $129. Thankfully, I got it on sale. But, you know, for the longest time, I was like, I'm steering clear of Natasha Denona. And then, you know, finally, I caved in and got all her mini palettes. Okay, now it's your favorite collab palette. This one from ColourPop. This is in collaboration with Hocus Pocus. Now, I love Hocus Pocus. Every Halloween we watch it, you know, like the whole month of October. But every October 1st, you know, we are watching Hocus Pocus in Halloween Town. So this is what the inside looks like. They brought it back. I'm not too sure if you can still pick it up at Ulta, but the formula in here is so good. But by far, this is my favorite collab palette. The next question is your favorite 2021 eyeshadow palette, and I knew it was going to be this Patrick Ta Major Dimensions palette because you get such a variety of you know, textures in here. I absolutely love these cream shades. Now I was not going to buy this palette because it was so expensive, but I had to have it. And these cream shadows are my favorite in here. And the glitters, they just give you such a beautiful dewy wet look to the eyes. I adore this palette, and it's my favorite for a reason. Next question is an eyeshadow palette that you didn't expect to love. And I knew at first when I heard this question, it was going to be the Zendo palette from Natasha Denona. I have to admit, guys, the only reason why I purchased this was because it was on sale and I wanted to collect all of her midi size. And I'm so glad I did because this is one of my favorite palettes from her. I absolutely adore these beautiful cool tone shades over here. This palette made me fall in love with green shadows. And the warm tones, it's, you know, it's stunning. You have a lot of her cream to powder formula in here, and I adore that formula. So if you're not a fan, you're not going to like this palette, but I really enjoyed it. And my favorite shade in here is Yama. This beautiful, it's kind of like it's a gold shadow, but it has a beautiful green shift to it. So you can wear that with the cool tones and the warm tones. This palette is stunning, and I'm so glad that I purchased it. Next is a palette that sparks joy for you. I knew it was going to be this PatMcGrath Labs Venus in Fleurs. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know how to say that. But I took this palette on vacation with me. And every time I see this palette, I can't help but smile because it, you know, it brings back those wonderful memories. And there is something about this beautiful rose gold duochrome shade. And I don't know if y'all know who Patty Alonso is, but she's the reason why I bought this palette. She was reviewing it and she literally loved the shadows so much she was crying for joy. So every time, you know, I see this, I can't help but smile and think about all the fun memories I have from vacation. Next question, what is your newest eyeshadow palette? It's the Subculture from ABH. Now, I know this is not a new palette by any means, but it's new to me. I just purchased this at TJ Maxx today. Literally today. A few hours ago, I bought this palette today. I'm so excited because I bought it out of curiosity, but also I love a deep grungy tone palette, and honey, this palette gives it to you, all the grunginess you want. I have used 9 shades from this palette. I have it on my eyes today, and I don't know if they reformulated this bad boy or if I just got a good one, but this palette is amazing. Like, I don't have all the fallout that, you know, ABH, you know, typically has. I don't get a lot of powdered kick up except for the pink shade over here on the end. That one, yeah, it does have a little bit of kick up, but all the others, they're so beautiful, and I love the grunginess of this palette. I love it with my green eyes, so this has potential to be one of my newest favorite palettes. I know this palette is discontinued and you can't get it anymore, but you can find it at TJ Maxx. But I truly feel like this palette, it was just launched before its time. You know, these colors are in now. Everyone's wanting green. This palette, I feel like if it would have launched today, this year, maybe last year, I feel like it would have been a completely different turnaround. I feel like a lot of people would have actually enjoyed it. Next, what was your first used palette for 2022? and it was the Natasha Denona Gold palette. Now, this is discontinued now. I got this off Poshmark. I got an amazing deal on it. I got it for $70 in new condition. I adore this palette. This palette is so stunning, and for the price, you know, it was a steal. These two shades right here, they just give you such a dewy wet look to the lid. I love these teals, these beautiful bronze tones. This is a very good, like, everyday palette, but I really enjoy it. So I'm going to stop raving about it because you can't get it anymore. But this was the first palette I used this year. That wraps up all the questions from their collaboration video. But I would like to add one more. What is your first purchase eyeshadow palette of 2022? And mine is this PatMcGrath and Bridgerton eyeshadow palette. Now, I believe it launched like December 26th, but oh my lord, the shipping took forever. I don't think I got this till like the first or second week of January. I'm not sure. So this was, I'm counting this as my first purchase eyeshadow palette, and I love it. The quality is so beautiful. It's stunning. Like, oh man, these shadows are beautiful. I love Bridgerton. I love PatMcGrath, and those two worlds colliding are literally perfection because PatMcGrath is royalty pretty much within herself. The shipping for this took forever, and while awaiting shipping, I was watching one of Charlotte, I think her name, Holdcroft. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but I was watching her video. She did a video about like new releases, like you don't need, I love those videos from her, she's so funny. But whenever she mentioned the Bridgerton palette with PatMcGrath, she was like, it's not like the Duke is gonna hand deliver it to you, you know, so skip it, you don't need it. And I was eating lunch and I spit my water out. I was laughing so hard. And update, guys, he didn't hand deliver it. So I know it's unfortunate, but yeah, he didn't deliver it. I'm in love with this palette. I love the formula. Also, I do believe that she just like restocked it, so hurry up and go get it if you want it before it's sold out and gone for good, because this is limited edition, so get it while the getting's good. Guys, that wraps up this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. It was super fun for me to film. I love these types of videos, you know, just you reaching your collection, opening up your makeup, playing with it. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like, subscribe to my channel, and wherever you are in the world, I hope that you are doing well. I hope you are healthy, happy, and safe. Stay beautiful. Bye, guys.